Beautiful Tarot. My name is Robin. I'll be reading for you this evening. So we're going to be doing Scorpio. We're going to be doing you and them. And clear the space. So this is a relationship, or whatever kind of relationship, a you and them reading, okay? And whatever energy comes out, typically you're here, they're here, there's a middle line of what's going on in the relationship right now, and then there's an outcome. Now keep in mind that these are general readings, and so the roles can be reversed. But as you listen, you'll be able to get a better sense of like who is who. Whatever resonates, take it. If it doesn't at all, check your sun, moon, rising. And if whatever doesn't resonate, just leave for somebody else. Okay. All right. Scorpio, what is going on for those sassy Scorpios? Those scary, just kidding, Scorpios. Scorpio, 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 Scorpio. This message is for Scorpio. What is going on between you and your person, Scorpio? What is going on between you and your person? What is going on between Scorpio and their person? Okay. All right, Scorpio. And on the bottom of the deck, we have the Two of Swords. Stalemate energy, but we'll see. Okay, Scorpio, on your side, we have the Death card, the Five of Pentacles, Seven of Wands, and the Knight of Cups. On your person's side, we have the Ten of Wands, the Six of Cups, the Nine of Cups, and the Fool. And between you here, we have the Five of Pentacles, and the Six of Cups, and then the Knight of Swords. And at the outcome here, we have the Knight of Cups, the Fool, and the Strength. Okay, Scorpio, so it looks like right now you're going through a, you're going through an irrevocable change. Okay? And this right now with this change, you could be feeling out in the cold. You could be feeling impoverished of money or impoverished of connection. It looks like you're feeling impoverished and out in the cold in the context of this relationship. And with that, there's the Seven of Wands. So there's a part of you that's really wanting to, no, you're learning, I don't know if you're learning, but like you're wanting to implement good, healthy boundaries for yourself. And the Knight of Cups here, it's like you're still wanting to bring love into this. And typically the Knight of Cups is like romantic love. You're still wanting to bring romantic love into this situation, into this relationship. On your person's side, what they're bringing to the relationship so is like the Ten of Wands, which is a feeling of carrying a heavy load, like feeling burdened to a degree. But the thing is, with the Ten of Wands, it's like even though this person is carrying all these things and is on their way, they're like on the path, and they're seeing it as something like kind of like a labor of love, like something that they want to see through to the finish. Like they need to deliver these wands. There's another aspect of the Ten of Wands where this person is feeling burdened by having to be having to be everything to all people. As wands are about identity and action, what you do in your life, also who you are, what do you want to be, what are you becoming. And at the 10, it's kind of is at the very end. So the 10 of Wands is like kind of wanting to see this long journey through. And I feel like your person wants to see that through and is like a labor of love, because there is a strong, sweet connection here. There is nostalgia. There was, there's good times. This could even be considered like a soulmate energy, kind of like a sibling energy. There's just, you have a history with this person. And right now, your person is in like bringing the Nine of Cups energy, where they're trying to put their best face forward. They're trying to create their own happiness right now. And this is also, their own kind of, it's like you see a genie here, right? It's kind of like, well, what's gonna make me happy? And it's also kind of the fake it till you make it card, because the 9 comes after the 8. And the 8 of Cups is walking away from something that doesn't serve us anymore. And not just serve us in any kind of like funky kind of selfish way, but like, in the 8 of Cups energy, it's kind of like, okay, whatever it is or whatever it was, it's run its course and this person is moving on. And in the 9 of Cups, it's like there's still an energy of like wanting to share bounty, but it's kind of like they want to, a lot of times it's like this person throwing a dinner party and like putting on their best face and maybe even doing old things that used to make them happy. prior to the Eight of Cups energy coming in, and just trying out many different things of like, oh, well, I used to always like to go to the goth clubs, or I used to always like to throw dinner parties, or I really enjoyed going to these kinds of events, you know, back in the olden days. And then it's kind of like, okay, well, I'm trying those things out. Do they still make me happy? You know, so it's basically this person's trying to figure out what makes them happy, and wanting to really get to that place. And this is even evidenced by a new cycle, like a new beginning, wanting to start a new journey. You know, the Fool is the all the major arcana are is the path that we take on the Fool's journey, and the Fool's journey starts at 0. So this person, your person, you know, it's like, I feel like once they're done delivering these wands wherever they're meant to go, like seeing this labor of love through, that they want to feel okay to go, you know. I feel like reaching, because in the Ten of Wands, there's like a castle off in the distance, and it's kind of like up on a hill, and they're trying to make their way to the top of the hill so they could like put these wands down, you know. So that's that, and I think maybe you might be picking up on that because there's like the death card here, like irrevocable change. Like you could very well be going through some irrevocable internal change right now. But the nature of this relationship, it's like you're really feeling out in the cold. Why are these cards bent in the corners? What's up with that? I feel like somebody like bit on these or something. Anyway, okay, and so then between you two, there's this Knight of Swords energy, okay? Now and I see the Knight of Swords traveling this way from this Five of Pentacles energy, has drawn his sword or drawn their sword and is charging towards this. So I think that there's a part of you, like, you really want to go back. You want to go back to what this was. You want to get back to this thing, to this feeling, to this energy, this connection, because there's a lot of really sweet memories here. And, you know, you really want it very fiercely, and you're also communicating that. Because the Knight of Swords is like, they're gonna say what they're gonna say, you know, foot and mouth be damned, basically. And they really come in, like you see this red piece coming off of his, you know, helmet right there. It's kind of like this passionate, like fiery kind of energy, but it's coming from the head, you know. It's like, ooh, like I have a lot of really like, sometimes this can be associated with like some angry energy, but essentially you're saying the thing, you're saying what you want to say, and you're coming in hot, you know. And, you know, I see this as a protest against feeling out in the cold. And perhaps this death here is the death of this connection, but maybe death of the connection and what it once was at one point. I don't know. But, you know, there's a lot of strength in you because you are, you know, doing your best to develop healthy boundaries for yourself and really staying in this, like, I got this kind of energy. I think that you have a lot of hope and that you have a lot of drive and determination. There's a lot of determination coming off of this card. The Seven of Wands can also indicate a guarded energy. Not so much as guarded and wounded as the Nine of Wands, but the Seven of Wands is like someone who is still guarded. So it's kind of like you want to come in very forcefully, but yet there's also a guardedness to you. And ultimately down here, we have the Knight of Cups, the Strength, and the Fool. So the Strength speaks to taming the base desires with the higher consciousness, like the higher knowing desires. Like it can also be seen as development of the ego, like strength in creating, learning, integrating the id and the superego to get a strong sense and grounded sense of self. Another thing that I'm seeing here is that, like, despite this being hard, there is a lot of really good energy here. And so, like, this person wants to share, you know, their bounty with you, and perhaps they want to have a new beginning with you. It's a possibility. Because with the Strength here, it's like, okay, strength next to the new beginning, and you're gonna need all kinds of strength because this has been hard in the past. You know, that could be like what's going on over here. What's going on over here, I feel more of a sense of like a death, an ending of this relationship of what it was. And the only reason I say that is because the Five of Pentacles is right here. And, you know, feeling left out in the cold and then wanting to come in hot, it just feels like coming in to like try to like shout this like back into existence, you know, is kind of the energy that I'm getting. Like fighting against this kind of natural progression of this person wanting to start anew. And I think it's going to take a lot of strength to start anew, whether that's with you or without you. I'm kind of getting the sense that it's like without, like on a brand new path. Because they've delivered the wands. Or they're going to deliver the wands, right? So it takes a lot of strength for this person to walk away, to start a new direction here, because there's a lot of, you know, fond memories and things like that. And then, you know, here comes the Knight of Cups, and the Knight of Cups, like you're bringing the Knight of Cups energy, which is a very sweet energy. It's a very amorous, very wooing kind of energy, but it's also somewhat fickle. So it can be kind of like, sometimes I call this the Mr. or Mrs. Right. It's not Mr. or Mrs. Right, but it's Mr. or Mrs. Right now. You know, it's kind of like that. So there's still romantic feelings on your side for this connection. And there's a part of you that's really wanting to stay grounded, you know, and probably not get taken over by this rough feeling right here. And then with the Two of Swords energy being on the bottom of the deck, it's kind of like there's like a stalemate energy to a degree, and in this card she's holding the swords behind her back. So it's like there's something that's hidden. And in the traditional view, in the traditional image, there is a blindfold on this figure, and she's holding two swords across her chest. So like while the swords can be seen, they're at a crossroads and it's covering her heart and she's not seeing. But the piece about that is that even though she's not seeing, what is it that's known? Because the swords are of the mind. So it's kind of like, okay, you know both of these things, you know these things, but what, you know, what's the impasse? And I feel like despite the death and despite the pentacles, the feeling of something ending and changing irrevocably, that, and the feeling of being out in the cold, that it's like you're still determined to offer your cup. You know, and perhaps like and I would imagine that both of you are trying to integrate yourselves, maybe not integrate together, but like integrate your own individual selves, like taming your impulses, because this is a very impulsive energy. This energy is a very impulsive energy. And also your higher knowing, like so, I mean, for you, it could take a lot of strength to hang in here and to still offer your cup of love despite this. And it could take a lot of strength for this person to start a whole new path, a whole new fool's journey, because, you know, there is a lot of fond memories here. However, and it's also been hard at times. Okay, let's clarify. All right, let's clarify this death here. What is this irrevocable change? And it's worth saying that the death is a major arcana, okay? And so whatever cards that surround it are like the supportive contextual energies around this experience for you, because all of us are on the fool's journey, right? And so you are in the death part, in the irrevocable change part. But one of the things that's super cool, like, I mean, all the cards are good cards, right? It's the meaning that we make as far as how we take this energy and transmute it in our lives. Death has also been called transformation card. So there's something, I get a sense that it's not just this relationship that's transforming, but also a part of yourself that's transforming. And I really feel that coming through here. Like there's a part of you that really, really, like, you want to persevere. And not just persevere with this person, but like persevere in your own life, because this is also a very independent energy. The 7 is the beginning of the final piece of, well, 79. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. It's 7, 8, 9. So it's like going into the self. Like 8 is a number of the self. 7 is the number of like a spiritual kind of awakening type thing. So perhaps you're getting more in touch with your own spirit and like what kind of boundaries, like I said before, that you want to set for yourself. Like you just conquered this mountain, right? Now you're looking out over the valley. Like where do you want to, you know, plant your stake, basically? Where do you want to, like, you're looking down in the valley. Where are you looking to settle? Where are you looking to create the rest of yourself? Like, what do you want to communicate in the 8? You know, what wounds do you want to nurture in the 9? You know, how are these boundaries and how is the structure that you're setting for yourself in the 7 going to help you in the 8 and the 9, you know? And how is that structure that you set for yourself going to help you with this transformation energy that you're in the midst of right now? Because it is hard. Like the 5 of Pentacles is a tough energy. It hurts. It hurts. You know, and maybe this is you being like, okay, well, how do I be strong in order to offer my cup, like not just to this person, but to anybody? You know, how do I get back on the fish, get back on the flying fish, or get back on the horse, basically. Okay, let's see. All right, okay. Why is the Death card here? Why is the Death card here? What is transforming for Scorpio? What is transforming for Scorpio? Why is the Death card here? Why is the Death card here? Why is the Death card here? Ooh. Oh. Ooh. Ouch. Okay. Yeah. Ooh. Okay. You got the 5 of Cups, the Ace of Swords, and the 3 of Swords. So the 5 of Cups is grief. The Ace of Swords is a revelation of truth. And the 3 of Swords is heartbreak. So you're going through a lot of pain, Scorpio. You're going through a lot of pain. I'm sorry. This is hard. This is really hard energy, but it's transformative energy, and you're going through it. You're going through it. You know, I am a licensed mental health counselor, and I've worked with a lot of people who have been through a lot of pain. And one of the things that I would tell people is that the shit is good. The shit is good fertilizer. So make no mistake, this is really fucking hard right now, and it fucking hurts. But it's like, ooh, like the meaning that you make of this and how you go, like how you carry it forward. And I just am getting an image of like taking up like this, like beautiful gem that like reflects like, you know, all these memories and like all this stuff. And like, sorry, like holding it like really close to your heart and like thanking the universe for like the time that was there with you. Oh, you know? I really feel for you, Scorpio. I'm really feeling this. So just like take that up and like really just like give yourself the nurturing and the love that you deserve, and really just honor whatever it is that you've lost or whatever it is that has changed, and really like just like all those memories, like all that stuff like really happened, you know? And you can cherish those things. Just because the river has shifted course and things have changed along the way, and that like the banks of the river have eroded in spots, and maybe even the river has run dry in other spots, like it doesn't mean that further up the river that it wasn't flowing clear and clean and beautiful and crisp, and that there wasn't, you know, fun floats in that part of the river, and you know, like I want to say gallivanting, but that's not the word. Traipsing? No, you traipse through the tulips. No, like splashing and having fun in the part of the river that was like, you know, deep and crisp and refreshing and all that stuff, right? Like all of that stuff still happened, you know? And I think that it's so important to like really just hold those memories close and like grieve that loss of time passing and like things shifting, and and how now that the river has shifted, that like what is further down the river, you know? It's kind of like these experiences, just because it's like things have shifted and things have changed so drastically right now, doesn't mean that that didn't happen, and that it didn't mean what it meant when it happened. And like it's so special and beautiful, and you know, it's like grieve that and like honor that, and then, you know, just look at what it was and look at what it is and how it got there, and honor that too, you know? And by no means is this an invitation to be hard on yourself or hard on this other person. Excuse me. It's just accepting and holding what is and what was, and the thing is with death, since it's called transformation, one of the things I love about that is that it opens up a whole, like, it opens up a whole door to potential, like wide open, unfettered space. It's like, what are you going to create now? Where are you going to go? Where is your cup going to go now? You know? you're looking down on the valley, wide open, unfettered space, wide open potential. Because through pain and transformation, there's so much growth. There's so much growth. And I think that this is an invitation for integrating that pain, integrating that the impulse to fight against this change, and bringing in your higher knowing. Like this is like the 7, it's like an invitation to get back in touch with yourself and your spirituality. And then the Page of Cups is on the bottom. So this is really something. It's like, what does love mean to me? What let me take a very gentle look at my own emotions. Let me hold very gently my love for myself, and also the whole, what's in my cup? What do I have in my cup? What's in my cup before I go and I offer it? What do I want to bring? You know? And that's like that's a really cool place to be, is kind of like starting from scratch. And so then here's the Sun right under that, which is the most positive card in the deck, really. I mean, I really think that looking into your own cup and looking to what you bring, like you see this cute little goldfish, they're looking back at each other. This also stands for illumination. So what do you need to look at in the light when it comes to your heart and yourself, you know? Gosh, I didn't think I was going to get emotional about that. Let's see. Let's look into the 7 of Wands. What's some of the structure and the boundaries that you're creating for yourself right now? What are some things that are going to shore you up and support you? And on the bottom of the deck, you have another 7 of Wands. Okay. So what's really going to support you and shore you up right now with your boundaries is like, what's going to help you, I feel like, is, so there's the 8 of Wands, which is like movement, travel. This could be, and since it's Wands, it's action. So this could be you like moving your body. This could be you, what kind of message do you want to put out into the world? What kind of message do you want to communicate to this person? There's already communication energy here. And this, where this is kind of impulsive, kind of fiery, like rah, like a protest in a way, like this is more like, what kind of message do I want to send you that is actually a reflection of me, a reflection of who I'm becoming? Because 8 is the number of the self, and wands are a number. Wands is the suit of action and identity formation. And so through this, there's going to be a deeper sense of self coming through this. I think that this is an invitation to really get in touch with who you are, what your boundaries are. You've already climbed the mountain, so now you get to look out on the wide open, unfettered space and what you want to create. And I think a way to help you around that, we have a major arcana right in the middle of here, is the moon, which is like Cancer, because the moon, like Cancer, is ruled by the moon. And then this is also a Piscean card, but you're a Scorpio, so this is a lot of water energy as well. So I think really tapping into your unconscious, like this can signify doing some shadow work. This is pay attention to your dreams, because there's a lot of things that are hidden. There are things that are hidden from you, and there can be some fears about that, you know? And make no mistake, it's not an invitation to get in there with your trowel and just start like digging everything up whole hog and like, you know, like unearthing everything. This is like, things are also illuminated in the moonlight, right? And so we have this moon energy here as a major arcana, and we also have the death energy, which is another major arcana, but there's the moon right there. And the moon, so in the Fool's Journey in the tarot, the High Priestess is the number 2, okay? And she is an invitation. She's the gateway to the spiritual journey. Learning about your feelings, your psyche, right? Like doing the deep dive, okay? A spiritual journey. Now, the spiritual journey, there's water coming off of her robe, like and that water coming off of the High Priestess's robe runs through all the major arcana until they get to the moon. And the moon is where the water kind of comes to like this pond where like there's this crawdad climbing up, and then there's like I should get a Rider-Waite deck and just read that. I do have a little one. It's very small. It's like that. It's like that big, whatever. So okay, yeah, man. So like the High Priestess, the watery robe, the spiritual, like emotional journey, the whole thing. And like I was talking about a river earlier, that culminates at the moon. And so like there's a pond and a crawdad coming out, and there's like a wolf and a domesticated dog. And so that's kind of calls back to the taming of your primal impulses with the wolf, like an untamed feral animal and a wild animal, and then the domesticated dog, like tamed, like whatever, you know, like by all intents and purposes safer than a wild wolf, right? So so there are these two sides that are being integrated through this journey, through this work, this shadow work. And then so that is also an echo of like the wolf and the dog, an echo of Taming of the Lion, the impulse and the higher knowing. So And then there's the Five of Wands. So through this, you know, it's not going to be the easiest road because there are all these experiences here, but you have, you know, you're still persevering. You're still persevering. And I think that a lot can be said about the development of the self. And with the Five of Wands, there can be like a struggle, you know, sometimes you could be like, well, what do I do? And then you could have other people in your ether, like in your group, being like, you should do this, you should do this, you should do that, you know. And it's like with this gal here, like she's the one observing and moving the pieces around. So I think what's also really important for you right now, Scorpio, is to be your own, like, you know, eagle's eye vision over your own life. The silent observer of your own process, like the silent observer of your own impulses, your feelings, whatever it is that comes up, integrating that mindfulness into whatever it is happening in the moment, and then sitting with that. Because I imagine you're going to come up against this energy quite a bit in response to this. And we all do. We all do, because this is a lot of pain right here. And naturally, as human beings and even as animals, like any living thing that has a sense of feeling of any kind, whether it's emotional or physical, will protest against that, you know, because it feels like fucking dying. And we are hardwired to survive. And this bitch right here is a fucking survivor, right? So, and he's gonna fight against this stuff. This figure, this archetypal energy is fighting tooth and nail against that. Yeah. What's coming through for me in this reading and looking at this side, what I would say is that don't fight against this. Go into the river and let yourself get carried down the river. However, you can actually, don't let yourself just get carried down the river. I take that back. Get in your canoe, get in your inner tube, get in your vessel, in your like watertight vessel, and you navigate this river, okay? Because this is a spiritual journey. This is deep, 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 deep grief that is transformative. And on the other side, the other side of this is beautiful, and I know that it is because I have been here before. I've been in this space before, and it's very painful. And you know, it can be used as, it can be embraced as a tool for growth, and the meaning that you make of it, and like the healing that you do through it is like, this is an invitation to heal if I've ever seen one. And I really do feel like the healing is going to come through development of the self, and a gradual unfolding of the darker side, like the darker aspects, like the shadow work that needs to be done. Okay. Why is the Nine of Cups here? 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 Okay. So this person wants to find their happiness. And wants to find their happiness. So they have the Four of Wands, the Fool, and the Four of Swords. So right now they're taking a bit of a break. And we have the Fool here twice. So this person is starting anew on their own journey, on their brand new cycle. And so they're taking a bit of a break. Like the Four of Swords is like, I mean, you see this person sleeping. Maybe they sleep a lot, or they're resting and healing also. They're resting and healing also. Because this is hard for them too, and I'll go ahead and clarify that too, actually. You know, you're going through a death. This relationship has ended. Or what it once was has ended. And it's causing you a lot of pain. But there was happy memories. Like this person holds happy memories. You know, there's nostalgia. There is a soul connection. There is a soul tie. So that's why I say the river is going to flow, but the river is not going to look the same. You know, the river doesn't look like in nature. The river doesn't look the same at any point in the river. You know. So the thing is that this relationship, what it was, ended, but it can be something else, you know. It can be a friendship. Like it can be even if you're not in each other's lives anymore, it can still be like you hold love for them because of who they are, and they can hold love for you because of who you are. You know, and what lessons you taught one another along the journey, along the way. But this person is on a new journey, a new path to find their stability. To find their stability and to find their home. To find their happiness. And they're trying out, you know, does this still work? Does this still make me happy? Does this make me happy? Where's my stability? Where am I going to feel at home? And there's a lot of healing on this person's side also. Okay. Why is the Ten of Wands here? 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 Wow. they felt out in the cold too. Because they offered their cup and they wanted stability too. So, because we have the Ten of Pentacles and the Knight of Cups and the Five of Pentacles. So, in their want to like build a future and put down roots and to have long-term, you know, commitment, or, you know, at least that stability in the Ten of Pentacles, they had done that like by offering up. They brought the Knight of Cups, you know, they offered up their cup. Like this person has the Knight of Cups up here and you have the Knight of Cups down here. So it looks like in the beginning this person was all in, but they felt out in the cold. They felt really deprived of they felt really deprived of whatever they were looking for. I mean, if you see the Knight of Cups next to the Five of Pentacles, that looks like an unrequited and difficult time. Offering the cup and then feeling out in the cold, it's like that cup was rejected. Maybe before you rejected the cup, and then now that they're moving on, you're wanting to give your cup. You're like, wait, where are you now? Kind of thing. Fuck, man. This looks like fucking, this is an intense reading. Because this is difficult. This is hard energy. I mean, you could see it as like, you know, like I don't know, I just feel like this was brought maybe in the beginning, but then it was like really hard because there was a lot of like feeling impoverished of like warmth and connection, and that despite this intention, this was really hard, and maybe that's why that's why there was a death, because it was too hard. It was really hard, and it didn't come together. What I'm also seeing is that despite the hardness and despite feeling out in the cold, that this person is still offering their cup and that there's still a want to have long-term stability with you. It's a possibility. I don't know. Because of the death would indicate like an ending, and then with all this grief on this side and this Ace of Swords of like what the truth of the matter is like, despite these feelings that it's still like too hard, and it doesn't work. I don't know. And there's a loss, there's heartbreak, and there's grief. You know, in here, the Eight of Wands is also referred to as the love arrows in the, like a bunch of like Cupid's arrows in the deck, like wanting to send a message of love. And then that could be also reflected in like the Knight of Cups here. You know, when this person wants stability, right? Like they're wanting to start anew and find some stability, and they're really resting and kind of healing and meditating on this because they want stability and in what is going to make them happy. However, this is not stable energy. The Knight of Swords is not very stable energy. It's really kind of impulsive, fiery, fast moving energy. Let's get the Fool here. What's up with this Fool? Because it's here twice. So let's go ahead and clarify the Fool. Why is the Fool here? 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 Okay. So the Fool is clarified by the King of Wands, the King of Cups, and the Seven of Pentacles. So the King of Wands is like a leadership energy. It's a passionate energy. Leader. A lot of times like a mentor, kind of like knows what to do. And like the King of Wands is moving toward the King of Cups. And the King of Cups is emotional maturity. And then the Seven of Pentacles is like, you know, wanting to grow something. So I feel like the new Fool's journey that this person is embarking on is wanting to, it's like they really are getting clear about their idea of what to do in order to, they're stepping into their power with regard to their identity and their action, and stepping into their power of their emotional maturity and wanting to grow. Wanting to grow those qualities in themselves, because the Fool is a very much a beginner's energy, a very like just starting out, like, you know, just kind of leap and the net will appear kind of energy. Like I'm just going, you know, I'm just going for it, you know, whatever it is. And it looks like whatever it is for this person is finding their stability and healing, because the Fool is here as well, finding their happiness and knowing that it needs to happen through stepping into their power with regard to their action and their identity, and stepping into their power into their emotional maturity and wanting to grow that. Because the Seven of Pentacles is typically like you've been trying to grow something for so long, and it hadn't been bearing any fruit, and so it's really kind of, going back to the drawing board and wanting to grow that. But I'm feeling like they're wanting to grow that for themselves. Like they're also, like I just said, finding their stability and happiness through healing and stepping into their power as the King of Wands and the King of Cups. And that's going to take a lot of strength. Let's go ahead and clarify the Knight of Cups here. I'm just going to clarify all of them. Knight of Cups. Why is the Knight of Cups here? 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 The High Priestess. What did I say? That's an invitation for a spiritual journey. But you have to ask yourself, so you got to ask yourself, because there are a lot of folks that identify like with the High Priestess, like being able to plumb the depths of their psyche and plumb the depths of their emotions, and really, 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 it's a journey of self-discovery. It's a journey. It's an invitation to self-discovery and spiritual discovery, like personal spiritual, like knowing yourself, like really knowing yourself. And also, since it leads to the moon, is like doing that shadow work. Like this is an invitation. So your guide has arrived, basically, and it's a gateway to that. And so one of the questions that you got to ask yourself is, are you ready for that? Do you think that you do that already? Do you know what that is? If when I say shadow work, are you like, oh yeah, I know what that means? Have you ever done anything like that? Have you gone to therapy? Have you, have you taken time to be introspective about your shit? And if the answer is yes, then you are invited to continue there. If the answer is no, oh fuck, what's that? I'm not really sure what that is. Like, that this is an invitation to begin to learn about what that is, begin to connect with other people who know what that is, seek out a therapist. Like, it's basically, if you know what it is and you've done a bit of it, then keep on going. And this is an invitation to dive deeper and to continue in your therapy if you're in therapy. If you don't know what that is, this is an invitation to get a therapist and to or get with your spiritual group, whatever it is that you're going to find healing in. Okay. So that's that piece. And so then next to that is the Nine of Cups, which is a fantastic energy. Like, Nine of Cups is the Empress's little sister. It's basically like stepping into your power, like stepping into your sovereignty, stepping into your singlehood, really finding out who you are, and not just that, like being comfortable in your own skin, like really like getting to an independent, powerful, self-loving and self-respecting space for yourself. And then you have justice. So like staying in alignment with your truth, being fair and balanced in how you show up for yourself and how you show up in your relationships, in any and all relationships, friendships, family, lovers, work, wherever, you know, like really. And you could see she's sitting on top of a building, so like she has like an eagle eye view of what is, you know, what are the structures around her, where is she building her life, what is the context of her life here, taking that in and being like, okay, like what's the truth about that? Do I fucking dig where I'm at? Do I not dig where I'm at? What things do I like? What things do I don't like? What things do I want to change? Like how can I create balance in my life? This is fucking like this is huge. This is really big. So to me, it looks like this is going to take a lot of strength for this person to start off on their fool's journey, their new cycle, to get those things under wraps, find their stability, and to heal, and to really step into those powers, like I said earlier, and through that, watch these desires bear fruit, their happiness, stability, and healing bear fruit through stepping into that power. And this takes a lot of strength over here to embark on this spiritual journey, to get comfortable in one's own skin, and to have the wherewithal and the clear vision to really accurately assess what is working in life, what is in balance, what is out of balance. And then you can offer your cup. And I don't get the sense, like, I mean, you could be offering your cup to this person, but this here looks like a lot of work. Like, and it's fruitful, and it's deep, and it's so incredibly rewarding. Like, honestly, this whole pain from this ending right here is actually leading you to finding your own, like really stepping into who you are. It's fucking amazing. It's really, really, really something, and so incredibly rewarding. So rewarding. And so I think by the time you get here, then you can offer your cup, right? Like, then you can offer your cup to someone. Or maybe you can, like, you know, fuck, who knows? You know, maybe you'll end up having all this healing and all this stuff, and then somewhere down the line, you'll offer your cup to this person, and maybe by the time that happens, this person will be in a, you know, maybe they'll be in a spot to receive it, but maybe they will have found their stability and happiness already with somebody else, because it looked like they had what it took before to offer their cup, and that wasn't it. It wasn't working out. Why is the Six of Cups here? 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 Wow. So the King of Wands, the Magician, and the Queen of Pentacles. So the Magician is manifestation energy. In the soul connection, they brought, oh no, this is the Queen of Wands, because, so this deck comes with many variations of King of Wands, Queen of Wands, and so on and so forth, and the other suits. And so even though this says King of Wands, I picked it because I really, 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 really love that imagery for the Queen of Wands. Really, really love it. And so this dude, this is my King of Wands and this is my Queen of Wands. Even though it says King, I picked her because that looks like the Queen of Wands to me. So there's Queen of Wands, the Magician, and the Queen of Pentacles. So this person is wanting to manifest like self-love and nurturing and like really be like stability, like independent, like not independent, but like stability, nurturing. The Queen of Pentacles is also very much a self-care card. Queen of Wands is like very attractive, very appealing, alluring, very confident, and very magnetic. So within this Six of Cups energy, in alignment with this, the nature of the relationship as it stands now, it's like this person is wanting to manifest, like the Magician is in between two queens. So I'm not sure what that means, if this person is manifesting their own energy of like self-care, self-love, nurturing, and also like attract, like kind of working on themselves, getting themselves all, you know, confident, working on their confidence. Because the reason I say working on it is because the Magician is here. So there's a manifestation. This is such a long reading. Can't help it, I'm a curious lady. Okay. So, I mean, shit. So we have this whole fucking grid. Okay. So if you read them all this way too, there's many ways to read these cards. So manifesting, starting off on the Fool's journey, brand new, to manifest a long-term relationship and stability. Okay. This over here it was really hard with this, you know, it was like there was some burdensome stuff. The King of Wands. I don't know. Fuck, I'm getting all lost in the soup. Okay, so either way, I'll just go back to here. Good memories. There was a manifestation of self-care and confidence here. The two queens. I wonder if this person has two other people also. Not too sure. Okay, let's look at the Five of Pentacles. Take whatever it is here as it resonates. I'm getting lost in the soup a little bit with this. I'm not too sure what to make of that. Okay, why is the Five of Pentacles here? Maybe that was part of what happened. Maybe this person, it just occurred to me as looking at the Five of Pentacles, if you're feeling out in the cold and you're railing against that and you're fucking pissed, but this person's like, but you're still my friend, and like, we got a old history together. They're over here, you know, you're pissed off because maybe they're manifesting something. They're manifesting new relationships on their side. And the King of Wands can be a player typically when it's upside down, but I don't read reversals really. I can, but there's definitely enough information when they're all in the upright. Okay, why is the Five of Pentacles here? Five of Pentacles kind of speaks for itself, but we'll go ahead and see what the fuck. Why is the Five of Pentacles here? Why is the Five of Pentacles here? All right. Okay. So the Sun is in between the Devil and the Queen of Swords. So the Five of Pentacles. So feeling out in the cold. So the Queen of Swords is kind of like can be referred to as like the Ice Queen. But so I don't know if like so like up here, this person was feeling out in the cold, and it was kind of a tough row to hoe to keep in this. And perhaps they felt like there was some, you know, Ice Queen energy coming from you. And then Devil energy can signify codependency, like either to any kind of vice or to a person. Basically what the Devil energy is like there's usually like a devil, right? Which is kind of like this energy of keeping people bound. And usually, okay, so the Lovers is number 6 and the Devil is number 15. But if you look at both of those cards, it's basically like the light side of a union and the dark side of a union. And the dark side of a union is when two people are like basically in chains and they have the chains wrapped around their necks. Granted, the chains are loosely on there, which would indicate that they can take the chains off and they can, you know, they can break themselves free. But the tone and tenor of the card is, here is this thing that's really kind of become tied and bound, and within the context of a relationship here, it would signify to me that there was some codependency going on. And the sun, I'm thinking, is just kind of like illuminating that truth, because what we have above it is the Ace of Swords, which is the truth, a revelation. There's a truth, a revelation illuminated. And the sun and the moon are right on, like sun and the moon. So this could even also be, okay, like you're illuminating the truth of the relationship, but you're also illuminating the truth about yourself, because there's the truth, the sun, and then the moon, which is shadow work, and then your sovereignty, like your independence, kind of coming out in the finish there. And then with this, it's like the Five of Cups is grieving, like deep grief. And then the Queen of Swords is like, in this, is like looking to the future, like cutting out the bullshit. So this is good energy to have on this side, because it's like if you got this Queen of Swords energy with you and you have the sun in between the Queen of Swords and the Devil, it's like you're able to see clearly and discern clearly what needs to go. However, since the Devil is here, this relationship can feel very addicting. You probably feel like you're addicted to this person. Hence this pissed off energy railing against this person, wanting to find their own happiness. And, you know, I don't know if they got two queens on the side, who knows, but like whatever. You know, like railing against feeling left out in the cold, because this person is moving on. They still got a lot of love for you and all those happy times, but they offered their cup and the shit just didn't fucking work out. It was too hard. It was too fucking much, for whatever reason that was. And then probably this, you know, this codependency. And with the Six of Cups here, this is very important to look at and seeing as it's in alignment with the Devil on the same row here. What about this person reminded you, and vice versa, whichever side, like, was there some quality that each of you had that reminded you of your parents or your childhood? This with the Devil and the Six of Cups in the same relationship spread would indicate kind of like a trauma bond. Was like recapitulating an old dynamic from childhood to try to heal the primary wound, you know, which we all fucking do. We all do. Like, everybody does it. Fucking everybody does it. Everybody does it. Many times, until they go through this journey that you have been invited on, which by the time you get here, I don't think you're gonna be fucking doing that shit as much. Because this is very powerful energy here. This is a fucking whopper of a reading, dude. Fucking whopper of a fucking reading. Huge. And let's look at these in a row. You got the heartbreak, the Devil energy, like that codependent shit that I just fucking explained. But then you have the development of the self. Eight of Wands. 8 is the self, and wands are identity, action, drive. What do you want to do? You know? And then there's justice. So you want to bring things into balance. I think that there's a part of you that really wants to see, that wants to stay connected with this person. But like, it's not going to be what it was. It's not going to be what it was, you know, and whatever you, to make it. And like I said before, whether or not you do stay in each other's lives, like you could also get a bird's eye view of this by looking at like where this person, like what kind of, where does this person fit in your life? Like what building do they occupy? Like there's buildings all around her, right? And like what's the context, you know? And what kind of context do you want to create? Because it can't be this. It cannot be this, because this is unhealthy energy. This is burdensome. This is not good. That's not good. It makes you both feel fucking shitty and out in the cold. And it does not like enhance good, warm vibes. Like there needed to be a transformation, and irrevocable transformation of this relationship, because it wasn't healthy. But what I can say is that you've both been invited to heal. You've been invited to heal from this, and this person's been invited to like find their happiness, and you've been invited to find yourself. And the only way you can find yourself is breaking free from that devil energy, from that codependency. Wow. 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 And Knight of Swords on the bottom of the deck. Knight of Swords is learning. Learning about, just learning. Learn about what you want to learn about. That you think is going to help you in this. Okay. Let's get some key words here. What are some keywords for Scorpio and their person? Okay, what are some keywords for Scorpio and their person? Keywords. Key traits, key qualities to carry them through on their journey of self-discovery and journey of finding stability and happiness. All right. Crow, Mystery and Magic. That one came out for the last pile too. Ooh, ooh, ooh. And that, I put that down on the Knight of Swords there. I keep wanting to call it the Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands is the player of the deck. So, you know, I think you might be, I think your person is, I don't know. I ain't gonna go all that. Anyway. Spider is jealousy and grudge. So if you're feeling a lot of feelings of jealousy, if you know that this person is like moved on and you feel really jealous about that and that's contributing to your heartbreak and pain and grief and all the things, then, you know, it's like take that in and it's like transmute that energy, like create something, like create some art, fucking, ooh, get pissed on the canvas, like don't piss on the canvas, just fucking get pissed, write some bad poetry, fucking write a song, I don't know, just like take that hot energy and transmute it and move it through, because that is, ooh, that is hard fucking shit to fucking hold. That fucking sucks. Okay, and then there's gentle and kindness. So you can transmute that jealousy and this grudge into some gentle kindness of like picking up that cracked gem that I mentioned earlier before I started fucking weeping in your reading. You know, having gentle kindness for yourself, that's dear energy. And just some gentle kindness for the whole situation and honoring yourself and honoring your person, your former person, or whatever form this, whatever kind of person this person is going to be for you. So I think that's good. I think mystery and magic, the thing is yes, there's all kinds of fucking mystery and magic in this shadow work, in this work to do to break free from this devil energy, to kind of become unaddicted and become, to get to this place of like independence and like sovereignty. There's a lot of mystery in that. You don't know how it's gonna go, and it's scary as fuck, man. It's really scary because the moon is here, and that represents fears. You can have a lot of fears of standing on your own 2 feet, you know, because you were really dependent upon this person for probably for a while, given that we got this 6 of Cups here. Okay. Now we're going to get some cursey unicorns. I think this is called the Rebel deck. I just really like it because it's like, it can be a little bit of a palate cleanser after this because there's some humor in it, but it really does deliver a good, it's kind of like the friend who like tells it to you straight. Which is really, can be very comforting and really like plain speaking. All right, what do we got? What kind of cursey unicorn message do we have for Scorpio? Okay. Need to bring my glasses to the next reading. Okay. You need a good fucking cry. You need a good fucking cry. Get the ugly cry on. Let that shit go. Your soul will thank you. Fucking absolutely. You are talented and fucking amazing. The world needs your power. Use your voice. Just don't use it for dumb shit. I'm going to put that over the 9 of Cups there. The ugly cry on over here with the 5 of Cups. Stop obsessing. You are not the fucking center of the universe. It's going over the Devil. Here's another one. You are going through some tough shit. Everyone has their turn. Welcome to yours. Gather your tired ass up and handle it. Justice. They broke your heart. Fuck them. I'll put that in the middle because it may have, I'll put that right there. Okay, so I think that's good enough for now. Let's get some tender, loving kindness with the sweet little flower cards. Blushing Bride. Tillandsia Ionantha. That's they put the, you know, scientific name of the flower. Okay, Blushing Bride. Your intention and heart deserve to be known. Sweet Pea. The comfort of good company heals old hurts. Excuse me. Sunflower. Practice courage each day. Scorpio, you're going through it. You're going through it, but I have nothing but faith and nothing but, really nothing but faith that you can handle this, and you're totally gonna come out so much better and stronger on the other side. I really, 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 really feel that. I really feel that for sure. This is the beginning of a brand new you. This is the beginning of a fucking brand new you. It's huge. It's huge. It hurts, but honestly, you've been invited by the High Priestess, so fucking do it. Okay. Thanks. Bye.